There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com to find a store near you.
Hey, I'm Joe Pruitt. I'm the publisher and /CEO of Aftershock Comics, and you're watching The Experience.
Hey,
we are live.
We are live. We got our buddy Rock and Robbie. We've got John over here.
We're on the beach in San Diego, California for Comic-Con.
Yeah, it just looks a lot like Dynamite.
It just looks a lot like Dynamite's headquarters.
And Rock and Robbie, it looks like your San Diego hotel looks exactly like your house.
I know, right? It's a backdrop.
Yeah, I got a green screen thing going, so yeah.
I got you. So
we're gonna need backdrops. Like I want to do one for Disney World. I want to do one for Comic-Con, so they think the show is a road
you can put that in there.
show.
They're filters.
That's what I was gonna say. They're just filters.
It squeezes the head a little bit. You ever notice that when people are using filters, their ears kind of disappear a little bit because they can't get it quite right?
Here we are from United Nations Plaza to talk about
in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night.
And hey, John Spilios, what's going on, buddy? We got Dave in the house. What's up, guys? All right, you know what?
Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving.
Hope everybody had a Thanksgiving, yeah.
Stumble back out of the holiday weekend into the
I'm still stumbling.
Is he still stumbling?
For a lot of different reasons. But right off the bat, okay, we're going to do an early bird special, Dark Child #5, DF exclusive cover signed by Randy Queen. And this is going to be one of our early bird specials, $10. First person to claim it takes it.
Wow. That's... Yeah, I mean, we appreciate when people join us, especially those people, because we ask.
There we go. JD's got the beach for us there.
No, nice. Thank you, sir. We always ask people to get this out of the way to like, subscribe, share, click on the. That's not Dark Child. Click on the.
That's not Dark Child, JD.
Click on the notification bell for for as soon as we kick off. We're always going to try to do something.
Yeah.
Early bird, first come, first serve sort of thing.
There it is.
Wow.
Signed book, $10 to DF exclusive cover.
Cost you $10 to buy a hot dog in San Diego.
I was going to say, in Comic-Con, all those guys that are at the rail junction with their very cool Tijuana dogs, they kind of set this thing up with like a bottle of propane and a hotel pan, and it's in like a folding shopping cart. It might look humble, but a dog and a Doritos is $10. So
crap.
I'm just letting you know.
That's amusement park prices right there.
You know what? In some cases, it's more than amusement. 2019, it was.
So John Spilios is taking it. All
Nice.
right, John, got you down, buddy.
That's a steal.
Good thing to be the early bird.
Well, it really is, man. I mean, it's like finding DF exclusives in and of themselves add to the price of the signed book.
Don't be concerned. That was just Mariano Nicieza tripping over stuff in the office. Okay, that was him just trying to avoid the camera at any cost, causing him to trip over one of our racks. But Rob, I know you
over anything that would give you a better price.
Yeah, I was going to say, did he trip?
Maybe.
Did he trip over the price splash?
We'll have to take a look.
Are we selling Big Rock?
Oh no!
But wait a minute.
That's his contract being torn up.
Crumpling up paper. That's very threatening.
I hope that's not his contract. Yikes.
Robbie, I know you're waiting for it. So go ahead, bud.
What?
Not what. Stop it. Don't say what. You got that grin on your face. I can see it from here.
The Beagles report from the NFC lease.
It's
Worse than the Christmas tree. Who wants to buy a rock?
I like the rock, by the way. I do like
Is
the
that
rock.
one of those rock lamps?
I'm not sure that it's supposed to make the air cleaner, but I'm not sure if that's actually the case. But I do like the rock.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Rex, I'll be honest with you. I didn't pay attention to football yesterday. I was done with sports because my Auburn Tigers lost to Bama in the fourth overtime.
Did you
Right?
did you not look at the internet at all yesterday? Or
I mean, I was on the internet, but I did not pay. Did y'all lose?
oh, stop
Yeah,
it!
if
Dude.
you
I'm
went
serious.
down,
I have
it,
no
man.
idea.
Stop it! You know exactly
Bro,
what
I
happened.
do not.
Stop
All I
it.
know is that the Jets won and that the Steelers lost. That's all I know.
It's okay.
No.
Nobody's more pissy than I am about it. Trust me.
What's that record then, Rex?
I'm sorry.
What's the record for the
1-8.
Eagles?
You
1-6,
you must have a very bad internet connection where you're at, Robbie. So, because I couldn't hear what you were saying at all.
I know you could.
Oh,
He was
you're
asking
going out on
exactly-
us. Are you going through a tunnel? Oh no, that only works for
He was
cell phones.
asking
Sorry.
exactly how terrible the Eagles are. Like, could you quantify it? Like, how many games have they
I
won?
can't even. I can't even. That 3 interceptions. I can't even. You know, the drop passes.
It's not
I
the
can't even.
interceptions. It's the way the guy dropped the pass. And I've suspected for a while that the NFL is fake, like pro wrestling. But he was so obvious exposing the business where, oops, I dropped the pass. Oops.
No.
Get outta here.
Rager. Well,
His eyes were closed.
let me tell you straight
We're going to
straight
talk
up.
this much football. Bring NFL Super Pro to sell.
Oh, I
I
love
was
Super
gonna
Pro.
say,
Let's bring it. I'm just gonna say this.
Can you sign copy?
Okay, Howie is the GM. That it's his fault. It's his fault that those 2 passes got dropped. Okay, because we could have had Metcalf. Okay, they passed him up.
Is
and
that the
picked up
guy
Rager.
that Minnesota took and was laughing in the video? At the
No,
fact that you
Metcalf
took-
is crap. Where is
you-
Metcalf?
You took Bobby Butterfingers instead.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I've missed it.
Oh my lord, I can't even.
All
It's
right.
it's so depressing. But all right, so John Spilios has already picked it up.
Nice.
Our first early bird special, and then JD reminded me that Turok is another early bird special. Is it?
And I'll tell you right now, if somebody doesn't buy
Yes,
this.
it is.
Somebody
So
doesn't
he
buy
is
this,
right.
I'm going to wind up taking it home.
So
This
that's
thing-
why JD put Turok first. He thought he heard early bird special. Yeah, I changed things up a little bit. I'm sorry, buddy. So all right, so our second early bird special. Turok Dinosaur Hunter #2, high-end Stephen Mooney Virgin Art Ultra Limited Edition cup. Suggested retail of $100, and that will also be a $10 book for the first person who claims it.
Nice.
So, and
Here's
John
a chance to take a book
Spilios
out of my hands.
picked up the Dark Child #5,
Yep.
which was another one of our early bird specials. So, and we got Richard Chip in the house. We got 62 Lefty.
Nice. Everybody's rolling
let's
in.
see. We got
They're
Adrian
shrinking-
in the house. Hey, Joel.
They're shaking
to
off
see
the
you, buddy.
turkey malaise.
And Time Bandit 19. Thanks for joining us tonight, buddy. Appreciate it, man. So,
There's
got a lot
just
of-
something about the Gold Key universe that, it lasts. Valiant did it in its first incarnation. Dynamite has done just amazing stuff. We have another book a little bit later we're going to do from Dynamite. I love Gold Key. I absolutely do. The Turok book, the cover here, Stephen Mooney, who, he's done some other
Virgin
stuff.
cover.
He's a virgin cover. I'll tell you right now, somebody doesn't take this for $10, it goes home with me because this is just way too cool.
Oh, somebody please claim it at $10.
Greg Pack wrote this.
Please, I'm begging you.
We got to
Don't
keep
make
it out of
me
John's
beg.
hand.
What's that?
Keep it out of John's hands price.
The worst thing is when I take it home, Rex has a massive amount of paperwork to fill out. If somebody buys it, it's just like a few clicks.
No, that's not true. It just goes to junk mail too. I just lose that inventory. I don't feel like dealing with it.
It's lost. We don't know what happened to
Shrinkage.
it. It's
What we used to call
Is that what they
shrink.
call it?
Yeah,
Shrink?
That's what we used to call when you dealt with big box retail. That's what you
It's
could.
shrink.
That was inventory shrink.
Didn't it
Which
50
could mean
these?
anything.
Nope.
I remember when I walked back when we were dealing with Walmart, the company I was working at, and I walked back into one of their stores in the warehouse, and I'm going, and there's crap everywhere. I mean, just everywhere. Just boxes broken open, crushed. And I'd be like, oh, so that's what the accountants mean by inventory shrink.
Every break room at Best Buy used to have like a 70-inch flat screen. And I'm like, yeah, of course it does.
Oh, my God. So, all right. So what you want to talk about New Comic Book Day yet or not?
Yeah, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about what will be available on Wednesday. I mean, it's the most wonderful time of year where we kind of get cosplay covers like this.
Again with the Christmas, my gosh.
I swear to God, it seems like we just got Nick to put this reindeer thing away, that bobblehead reindeer thing.
I broke it.
I swear to God, it was like 2 months ago, and it's like, oh.
I finally broke it, dude. You missed it. I think you were on your spring break.
Like spring break or something?
I was chucking the Christmas. That's how the dog ended up there. I couldn't really break him.
No.
But yeah, I was just chucking the.
Are you a Grinch?
The snow globe though.
Are you a Grinch, Rex?
What's that?
Are you a Grinch, Rex? You don't like Christmas?
Let me tell you, the way I was throwing Rudolph was a hell of a lot better than anything Jalen Hurts threw yesterday. Okay, I guarantee you that.
I didn't know they lost. I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah, you didn't. They lost. You're so full of it. I'm calling you out, bro.
We have Jennifer Blood #3 coming out this Wednesday. And I got to tell you, some of these covers, there's multiple covers. I'm not going to do everything because then you won't have the very cool video that Nick does. I love that. And he has to read all the artists' names.
Yeah, Nick does like a 2-3 minute video every week.
He does.
It's
like the best
upcoming Dynamite books.
He does.
Real quick, I want to throw in the Dave Cerrone special.
Sure, all the Dave's
limited to 50 in the world. Red Sonja high-end Jenny Frizen. For the first minute, Dave Cerrone died at 1973. If Dave doesn't, then someone else can.
Nice.
I think I only have 34 or 35 of these, so there's only 13 left.
Joe L. Jets still play? They do.
They do play.
Well,
play may be the wrong word.
Yeah, play may be the wrong word. Do they still exist? Yes, they do. Are they still destroying quarterbacks? Yes, they are. Okay, so all right. So Richard Shipp wants to see more Shadow. So you know what? We'll make a note of that. We'll definitely bring more Shadow down.
We have a Shadow book tonight. We'll why don't we interrupt?
Okay.
New Comic Book Day.
Let's do that.
This is, if I remember correctly, I think this is Nick's favorite Shadow story. Midnight in Moscow, Howard Chaykin.
There we go.
We have, this is Virgin Art cover. I might be wrong. You guys can email Nick and ask him, but I think that's Nick's favorite Shadow story. A great book. I mean, you know, it's Howard Chaykin. These are one of these things where I don't think we have to sell this too much. You know what I mean? This is, it's #3. And this is a Virgin variant. They have not done a lot of these at all. I think there's like 50 of these on the planet. What is the ask for this?
So suggested retail is $75. And
I suggest you think again, sir.
And we have it tonight for $50. We have one available at that price. So Richard, if you're looking to pick up Shadow, we have that one here available tonight, and that is one of our buy it now items.
These are kind of hard to find too. These are not always super easy. I see people, we're talking about, you know, Comic-Con's going on right now in San Diego. Right. Everybody knows this person. It's a different person for everybody, but you know the person I'm talking about. He spends most of his time on a dealer floor, he or she, and they're looking for something so obscure. You know, like only 8 have ever been printed in the world. You know what I mean? And like 6 of them have been destroyed. And they're desperately looking, and that's their con. Their entire con is spent going from like one dealer to another.
So John Spilios, the Red Sonja by Gail Simone is $19.73.
Dave has the right.
Nick got it up there.
Dave has the right of first review.
He already turned it down.
If Dave doesn't want it, the next person can get. And I got to tell you, this thing is so cool.
So. John, let us know if you want it. It is a claimant now. It's open to everybody since. Oh, John's taking it. All right, John. Got
I think buddy. There's 25 of these?
I don't know. What's the search say?
50. There's 50. Just like this other book, there's only 50 of these that have ever been printed.
All right, John, it's yours, buddy. And yeah, Nick jumped in with only 50 in the world. So John's off to a great start, getting one of the early bird specials and picking up the Red Sonja, the Dave Cerrone special.
It was a Dave. We always try to have a Dave Cerrone special
because Dave Cerrone is special.
Dave Cerrone, he's
worth it.
He's a library kid.
He's worth it.
So yeah, who was that wanted the Shadow?
I think it was. I forget now, and it's up above.
Whoever
That
that
was
is,
Richard.
and this goes for anything, but I really like to make sure Rex has literally thousands of emails to go through each morning. If there's something specifically you're looking for, character, maybe a type of book, maybe you like black and white covers or whatever, just shoot Rex an email. At some point, JD will throw his email address up, throw up a link or the address or whatever. And, we can't guarantee that we have everything, but if you are looking for something, a certain character, let Rex know. And, he can at least, start the process of looking and asking. The difference, I do that with Rex almost daily. The difference is he'll actually read your email.
Yours won't go into my special John junk folder.
There's a special John junk folder that I'm sure.
You reminded me tomorrow morning when I get to the office, I got to empty that out. Starting to eat
In
up
the
my hard
beginning,
drive.
Rex would be like, I don't even think we published that. And I'm like, yes, you did, 2007. And that was after that, everything went to the...
Immediately. It
That's
doesn't even
the
hit my
last
inbox.
thing I need.
It just reroutes into this junk folder.
So
the
you
John
need to go
junk
outside.
Yeah. Right next to that junk folder is his spam folder, and then his other spam folder. One for spam mail, one for actual spam related content.
Yes, that is true as well. Yeah.
In final contract negotiations with the publisher to cater the Dynamite year-end party, spam menu. You haven't lived until you've had a spam egg and cheese burrito.
Well, really?
Spam egg and cheese burrito?
Spam egg and cheese burrito, yeah.
Egg and cheese. I thought you said mega cheese. That sounds even better too. Mega cheese, egg and cheese. It doesn't matter.
That's actually pretty cool. I hadn't thought of that one. See?
We were catering a breakfast years and years ago, and I'm not going to name any names, but a person who used to work for me just didn't bring any rolls. They wanted the most simple breakfast possible. And this was early on in my catering career, and spam was cheap. So I'd be like, hey, be cool and trendy and use spam instead of bacon, which would cost me more money.
John, it's a family channel. Just wanted to mention, not you, that John.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, we're going to do a Richard Ship special. We did a Dave Cerrone special, but he specifically asked for the shadow. So 1930, Richard gets 1 minute to claim it at 1930, the year the shadow first appeared. And to be clear, my favorite shadow is the first shadow story, Judgment Day by Howard Chaykin from 1985, which we were lucky to print, but this is the prequel to it.
Yeah.
So that made it even luckier.
That's the cover where he's got like the more modernized trench coat and stuff. Yeah. I was close. Wasn't quite right, but I was close.
Who was that originally? Was that DC that originally did that?
The Shadow, well, that's like the 60s, 70s. That's like the Mike Kaluta DC era.
No, I meant that Chaykin one from the 80s that Nick
was from
about.
The 80s.
Because if it's Nick's favorite, I'm going to have to hunt it down and check it out. So
it's very cool. Dynamite did like a reissue.
Yeah, that was DC.
That was DC?
Yeah, that's what Dave said.
Dynamite did a reissue of it.
Cool.
If I remember correctly. The Shadow is just, we talk about this all the time. Like I'll talk to someone, they'll be like, oh, I think it's really cool you guys are still doing the Shadow. I just reread a couple of like the Shadow things from like 4 or 5 years ago. The Shadow is just one of those really cool things that holds up, right? It's the precursor of so many other characters that followed. I mean, Shadow is almost like Superman in that we had Superman and then there was a ton of other guys with capes and similar superpowers, right? Shadow is the same way. The fedora, the oversized fedora, the trench coat, the face half covered, the blazing 45s, the fast car, the apartment, the penthouse apartment, the girl Friday assistant. They've redone that over and over and over again. And I don't even mean it in a negative way anymore. But if you pick up Spider Master of Men, or if you pick up the Avenger,
right,
the origins change a little bit, but essentially it's the base story of Vigilante taking the law into his or her own hands because they have the means. And from that came Batman.
Gotcha. So, just saying, the Shadow, Green Hornet, all these characters that you like, they all kind of are similar to Batman.
They are. And you're not the first
I'm
person
just
to point
pointing that out.
out.
I mean, I don't know.
No. You know what? I really used to like some of the more understated Batman stuff from like the Denny O'Neil era. Once we started to get to like, Batman out every week, his back is broken, there's 50 different versions of Batman. That's way too much. That's way, way, way too much. No.
Yet, this is a man who wants Dynamite to publish a Green Hornet daily. Think about that for a second, people.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Let's put it this. Now, we would not do a daily. We should do a monthly, though. Someone get the publisher on the phone.
Why don't you just knock on the wall? Bang on the wall. Hey, Nick. All right.
No, we have, speaking of what we have coming out, I'm going to finish up.
Yeah.
We have Jennifer Blood coming out Wednesday.
What do I do now?
It's not what you did, it's what you haven't done.
Story of my life. Just remember one thing. If you're going to do the time, you may as well do the crime.
And
Jennifer Blood is just, this is a book I cannot say enough about. Multiple covers. This is a story I'm hoping with The Boys on Amazon. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping to see more. And, this is like that Dear Santa, hashtag Dear Santa moment. I would love to see Amazon pick up more stuff that Dynamite does. We've seen that Amazon sort of gets it, right? The Boys live action, really good. Invincible, one of the best things that we saw. I would love to see an Invincible type animated series with Jennifer Blood. I mentioned one day talking to Jennifer Blood that the actress Lake Bell, she does voice stuff, but she also does right. Her voice would be perfect for Jennifer Blood, because she's done roles where she's kind of played like the happy mom, which is awesome. And then she's played roles where, she's just punched someone's ticket and left them for dead on the street. Also to Jennifer Blood. I think that would be, I think it's something a little bit different. I don't think people have seen that. We've only seen a couple of examples. I'm sorry. We've only seen a couple examples of this. We've seen Jennifer Blood. I know that I think Dark Horse did something called Lady Killer at one point. Very few characters in that sort of, I'm a happy housewife that kills people for money. I think there's a significant audience for that.
Oh, look, Adrian. Perio cover. Very well said. Pronounced correctly, so Dave won't get upset.
You know what? We're going to see if we can have Lucio call in one day.
I hope he tells everybody it's really Perillo.
It's Perillo. Yeah. We took around my name. I hate that.
That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome.
We have, and this is a character I've always enjoyed. I'm super glad when Dynamite sort of started doing Chaos books. Evil Ernie, issue 1. You've seen Evil Ernie pop up in different things. I think he popped up in Vampirella, Dark Powers. These are, and I'll be the first to admit, Evil Ernie, just like Army of Darkness, is not for everybody. If you know, you know. I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. You know what I mean? I've had people say, "Oh, is it something I should try?" Well, I need to know what else you like. You know what I mean? If you like horror comics, if you like over-the-top comics, if you like, back in the day, we used to call these splatter comics, and they were, they're a lot of fun.
My favorites.
They're not trying to win Kirby Awards. They're not trying to, be groundbreaking. They just are trying to create something that's fun.
Right.
Like a very simple exchange where, you pay your money and you get a bunch of laughs and stuff like that. This is another thing where there's going to be a variety of covers. I wanted to, and I guess maybe hopefully this will be someday in the future. I've talked to some of my cosplayer friends on social media. More than one is interested in doing like a gender swap cosplay cover for Evil Ernie, but that'll be a story for another day. Last thing we have coming out Wednesday, and you guys are probably so tired of hearing me talk about this by now. Sonja Universal. Love Vampirella, love Sonja Universal, love alternate reality stuff. a bunch of different covers again. We have covers by Jay Lee. We have Virgin Variants. We have Hell Sonja, which there'll probably be more on that. And we have a cosplay cover from my Twitter friend, Gracie the Cosplayer.
The Baker.
Gracie the Cosplayer. She could change her Twitter handle tomorrow to Gracie the Baker and not miss a beat. I'll tell you right now, go find her on social media, Instagram, Twitter. Not only is she a super talented cosplayer and a really nice person to just follow on social media, her cakes that she does are like TV show, like Food Network quality cakes.
You had mentioned that.
She is frighteningly talented in multiple areas. I'll tell you right now. Just go check her out and find out for yourself.
Well, 2 areas that John's an expert at.
Comic books and food.
And food. So Dave says Sonja Universal has been really good. So and I know he's a reader of the title. So you heard it from Dave and John. Probably couldn't find 2 bigger Dynamite fans. So
well, I'll tell you right now.
It.
When I got here a little while ago, I was having a conversation about alternate reality in comic books with
you were, and that was an interesting conversation I wasn't able to contribute to, but hold that thought.
Well, you were busy actually doing stuff.
Yeah, I know. I had to delete my junk mail folder, the John junk mail folder. That was a lot of emails. But we got to go to break, so stay with us. We'll be back in a few minutes. JD, if you would, please.
They say it, and it's true, that everything is getting faster. You're not getting any younger, and time is the single resource that you can never get back or get any more of. So why are you wasting time wandering around a comic book shop looking for a new storyline to get hooked on?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Minute to Skin It. Yeah!
Spend 1 hour with Miss Jen and Bean, and they'll give you the leg up on all the latest books hitting shelves this week. Your pull list will be brimming with the hottest new books before your friends even hear about them.
Susan Provenance of Secrets. This is The Heathens. I read Wolverine number 17.
It's Minute to Skim It, every Tuesday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales. To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page, there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
I'm Thomas Munn with Blue Juice Comics, and you're watching The Experience.
And we're back.
So one of the comments I'm noticing, and I think this is Adrian. We can't read this stuff super well, but one of the comments were basically, how would I describe Sonja Universal? And I'll tell you exactly how I describe this. This character's been around for a long time, right? And everybody kind of has their version of Red Sonja, they enjoy the Barbarian Queen or the Barbarian, the Queen, a little bit like Conan the Pirate. Sonja Universal is every version of Red Sonja a reader is sort of imagined. And we've seen a lot from Red Sonja, going back, to Gail Simone, and even going back to the original 1970. We've seen Red Sonja in modern times. I think Amy Chu brought her up to modern times for a while. Every version of Red Sonja you've ever imagined appears somewhere in Sonja Universal, from the sublime to the extreme to almost the ridiculous. And I'll tell you right now, I think it was Adrian who asked about this. And I'll tell you how sort of sold I am on both this character and this particular series, Sonja Universal. I'll make you a deal. You buy the first 5. I think they're, like $10 each or whatever. And I will pick up the 6th one. I'll be happy to buy you the finale. Because I got to tell you, this thing is... Sonja Universal is the start of almost like a Dynamite pushing books to the next level, like they did with Vampirella Dark Powers, like they did with Red Sonja Superpowers, and like they're.
Are you really going to buy the 6th one for him?
I'll buy the 6th one. Yeah.
All right, then we're going to do this. We'll sell them the first 5 at $15, $3 each, below cover.
That's less than I pay.
Well, I'll throw in the 6th one. You don't have to pay for it.
Okay. That's Adrian, right? Adrian, this is sort of like your moment in the sun here, man.
In fairness to everybody, the offer will also be made available to others. Okay, for our viewers out there, we can't
No. It's Adrian or nothing.
Well, no, Adrian's in there. I mean, come on now, but everybody should thank Adrian because he's the one that triggered it. But so Nick said $15 for all 5, 6th one free.
Nice.
All right. I hope Adrian doesn't have like 100 friends because that could get costly.
I know, right? We're out of books. But that's how serious I am about this. Every few years, Dynamite always pushes the envelope, which is one of the reasons I love Dynamite Comics. Right now, we're sort of exploring this, like other publishers are doing it too. They're pushing the limits of their multiverse.
Right.
Alternate reality dates way, way back to Philip K. Dick and Man in the High Castle, right?
Well, you mentioned you mentioned a something that was written by who'd you say? Winston Churchill?
Winston Churchill actually in his later years, I guess maybe the guy needed money. I read this article where he wrote a book about what America would look like if the South had won the Civil War. And I just didn't believe that. When I discovered this, I think I was in like maybe middle school or just beginning high school. And I'm like, this isn't possible. On a field trip to the Philadelphia Public Library, back then you used to have to go to places for books. In the olden times, and I found it, and this lady basically, and it was this huge book in a series of essays written by Winston Churchill, like at the in his retirement years.
And just Adrian, I got you down, buddy, for the Sonja Universal. So you get the first 5, 15, and then we'll throw in the 6th one free. And that one's on us. If you have 100 friends that pick up Sonja Universal, that 6th one's on John. All right. Please tell me you have 100 friends.
I have. You know what? Make sure at least one of those covers is the cosplay cover, so he can see Gracie. We've had some amazing cosplayers do Red Sonja. Gracie is just, you know what I mean? She really sort of, I don't want to say gets it because it sounds like the other characters don't, but there's like just a certain like synergy there when she brings Red Sonja to life. Just really unsurpassed, I think. I haven't seen a cosplayer do better. I've attended cosplay competitions at different cons. I follow a bunch of cosplayers on social media. We interact regularly. No offense or disrespect to anybody else who's done Red Sonja. Gracie, the cosplayer, and you can find her on social media. She really, really just nails it.
Guys, do our best on the covers. No guarantee we have cosplay covers.
Okay. See, this is a great example of why you should pre-order. Because if we can find them, it's one thing, but I don't know if there's any here. And this one is mine, to be clear. I am not giving
Well, it is now. You've been touching it for the last 40 minutes.
Yeah, there's a lot of times where I'll have customers try to be like, "Hey, will you reorder me the cosplay cover?" And it's already gone. So those are ones you really got to jump on sometimes.
Yeah, the cosplayer thing, once it really took off, I'm old enough to remember when they did photo or cosplay covers, like the hardcore collectors were maybe not so interested. And now,
well, cosplayers now play a much larger role.
Yes.
In the comic book world than they did in the past. So that might account for it as well.
Do you remember that Spider-Man cover from the 80s? That was like a dude dressed as Spider-Man, and the whole gimmick behind the book was that somebody got a picture of him changing, and so they put a real cover. I loved that cover. I thought that was great.
I'll tell you right now, I kind of love the different variants. We've talked about it before. I love black and white. I love when they have, like the virgin covers. They're great. I really think, and the cosplayers, having talked to a few of them, and I don't want to name any names just simply because I don't know what level of...
Is this like that episode of Seinfeld, naming names?
No, I don't know what level of development they're in. This is way more, and Gracie's talked about this, so I don't feel like this is a little bit of exposure. Essentially, cosplayers have gone to like the next level. Yes, they've got the costumes and they've got all the stuff, but then the photographer does these great edits and filters, and that's how we wind up with Hell Sonja, which we've sort of seen before, and a little tiny bit of the cat out of the bag we'll see again. Hell Sonja is a great character, and Gracie brought Hell Sonja to life with, I don't want to say a little help, but it's really just not a person in a costume. There's a lot of makeup that's involved. There's a lot of lighting, and not quite CGI, but they're actually working hand in hand now with these digital artists to create. I was trying to see if I had one here, and I don't think we do. To just kind of create something way more than just a picture of someone in a costume.
Right.
And I think 10 years ago when that started, that was great. You know what I mean? You'd find someone in a costume and you'd go to the cosplay contest and you'd be like, wow, this is amazing. Now those people have stepped up their game too.
Right.
I'll tell you right now, when you're done watching this and buying all the comics, Google Hell Sonja and go look at the cover. You can go to like dynamite.com or whatever, it's probably there. And you'll see what I'm talking about how it starts as a person in a costume with prosthetics and then digital effects, like a multi-layer approach to where we get, something like Hell Sonja.
So, all right. So Nick just threw this out here. So everyone who makes a purchase tonight will get a limited edition Witchblade Millennium autograph card autographed by Joe Jusko, I'm pretty sure. Yep, Joe Jusko. Nice. So everybody who makes a purchase tonight is going to get one of these for free. All right, one per customer though.
That's awesome.
So, what comic book is John talking about? Well, John's kind of free-forming here, but the conversation started with Adrian's question about Sonja Universal and how to really talk to his friends about it and kind of convince them to pick up the title and start reading. So,
yeah, I really get that question a lot. I really do. I'll get these messages in DMs or texts from friends like, should I pick this up? And I don't want to say that I'm like a Dynamite salesman. I'm totally a Dynamite salesman. I don't want to necessarily put it that way, but you have to be able to break things down so that people understand what they're looking at. A character is created in 1973. Someone might feel they're too late to the party. And I know every publisher, including Dynamite, likes to use, this is a great jumping on point. And sometimes it really is a great jumping on point. But a lot of comic book fans have like that OCD vibe where they have to be there from day one.
Right.
And with something like Red Sonja, it's a little bit hard. There's a lot going on there with, characters from 1973. Essentially, Sonja Universal is almost like a greatest hits. All the coolest versions you've seen of Red Sonja are in Sonja Universal. And I mentioned the piece that thing came out before that, Red Sonja's Superpowers. But, check those books out. They're still available. Of course, you can just go to the website here and order them. Go down to your local comic book store. I'm sure they might have copies. If not, come back to the website or email Rex, because Rex doesn't have nearly enough emails to read each morning.
Don't use John's email. I won't see it. If you email from John's email account, I won't see it. I'm just telling you. Warning everybody in advance. So, you know what? let's go ahead and do the statue real quick because that usually takes
Yes.
up the most time with the activity. All right. So, all right. Let's see here. And
I'm excited to see what it is.
what did AJ tell us, Amy, when he brought it out for us? All right. So it is Vampirella, Art Germ. And let me see.
This is from the Women of Dynamite collection, which is probably my personal favorite
All right.
of all
So
time.
this is the Red Rain edition. That's right. Okay. Yes. So there it is. Okay. So it is that variant, the Red Rain edition. And I think this is like pretty, when they pulled it for the back.
It's really 12 by 6, right?
It is 7.5 inches high. And I don't know. The base is probably 3.5, 4. Could you look that up, Amy, when you get a chance? Okay, thank you. All right, so it is, let me see here. So what was suggested retail again, Amy? On the statue?
49.
What's that?
49.
All right, so suggested retail of $149, and then we're going to start and this is going to be our best offer takes it for the night. And we're going to start the bidding at $25. So John Spilios, did we do this one? Was it the Red Rain, or did you get a different version of it? I remember you getting the Vampy statue, but
I thought it was this one.
Was it this one? It could have been. Yeah, I'm getting scary blood bathing suit lady. I like that one. All right, so Dave's already in at 30. All right, so Dave's going to start us off right away, and he is in at 30. And I wanted to get that one out there early because usually we have some activity.
I was going to say, do not wait because we sort of.
Yeah, these guys get a little not so towards the end. There was last few times I think we've had some pretty stiff competition going
at
for the statue.
6:45, everybody's mellow. At 7:45, not so much.
Yeah, people start firing off fast and furious. So, but Dave's in at $30 for the statue to start. So thank you, Dave. As always, one of our best Dynamite fans, not named John, and doesn't come and send me a bajillion emails or sticks his face in the glass at the front door.
Where are we on my Buck Rogers series from 2007?
You know where the publisher is. Go talk to him. Don't talk to me. That's out of my wheelhouse. So that is available for tonight. No, so when you were talking about alternate reality, there was an author that it was okay. I mean, but I kind of got caught up in it and read a bunch of his books. But he did something kind of similar, but kind of outlandish too. And
Harry Turtlev?
Yeah. You know what I didn't like about his writing, although it was interesting enough. So he had the Civil War one, then he had the World War one, right?
Yeah.
And the problem was that he never really explained the sci-fi, the technical portion of it, right? Which is kind of tough to get away with. Like, the World War one was a bunch of aliens, and that was a little bit more drawn out. But the Civil War one was, he never did explain, even though, so the premise, if you've never read it, he started off with this Civil War one. And what would happen if?
Is Dynamite going to be doing Harry Turtlev comics? Because otherwise, Nick is not going to want us to explain this.
Maybe, but the premise is that this guy, these guys start coming back into the Civil War era, and they start bringing AK-47s and just modern weaponry, that type of thing, and they turn the tide of the Civil War. Okay, so the South ends up winning, not the North, because of this, and. Yeah, it was, I like alternate reality just like John, but the problem was he never really actually explained, well, where did the time machine come from? And who developed the time machine? It was like this big hole. It was just boom, time machine. Okay, people can go back.
Yeah,
okay?
Harry Turtlev
really
has
touched
written.
it.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I will say this: Harry Turtlev has written a lot of books. Harry Turtlev has written two types of alternate fiction. One is historical fiction, which is sort of, it starts in the Civil War and it ends at the end of World War II. The popularity of those books allowed him to sort of do flights of fancy. Mm-hmm. So there's a second level of his books, like a Nazi officer gets transported back to a D&D world and time travelers. So he sort of almost ignores how that happened.
Yes, that's
but
right.
If you really want to read historical fiction, historical alternate fiction, Professor Turtlove, we followed each other for years on social media. Glad he kind of takes the time to explain some of these things. He has I guess you could say he has a more whimsical series, and he has a more grounded series. And if you really want to know how the South manages to win the Civil War, the second Civil War that he imagines like 25 or 30 years later, World War I is sort of like a stalemate. Finally, in the Second World War of this thing, finally the South, the Union is able to sort of overcome the South. It takes them like 70 or 80 years. He is a highly credentialed professor of history, and he painstakingly goes through how that could have happened. Not the time travel one. The time travel one is, hey, somebody invented time travel, and they brought AK-7s back to the Confederacy.
All right, so the statue is 7.5 inches high, and the base is 2 3/4 inches wide. Just to give everybody the specs on it before Dave looks it up and posts it on. Hey, Ron, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for joining us. Let's see here. John must have had his wife hovering over him. That's why he's late.
Welcome to Bible study, Ronald. Welcome to Bible study.
So, yeah, so that's why Ron was late. Either that or she tased him and he just woke up. One of the two things. So, all right. Should we do, now that we got Ron in the house, should we do a remark, guys? What do you think?
Absolutely, we should do that.
You know, we should do a quick recap just to catch Ron up. All right. So, Ron, we have the Vampirella Women of Dynamite statue, the Red Rain version, available tonight. It is one of our best offer items, starting at $25. Dave, our buddy Dave, is currently in the lead at $30. We had Dark Child early bird special, claimed by John Spilios. Here we go. This is the one that hasn't been claimed yet. Turok Dinosaur Hunter #2, high-end Stephen Mooney Virgin Art Ultra Limited Edition cover, suggested retail of $100. This is one of our buy it nows at $10, another early bird special. Then we had the Shadow Midnight in Moscow #3, high-end Howard Chaykin Virgin Art Ultra Limited Edition for $19.30. We were supposed to have it out for $50. Suggested retail $75, but Nick made a veggie sandwich call on the fly. And then let's see, we had a Red Sonja surprise, but that was also claimed by John Spilios. And then we have an Adrian special. The Adrian special is Sonja Universal, first 5 issues for $15, and we'll throw in the number 6 in for free. So you're getting 6 books for $15 because Adrian wanted to find out how to convince his friends to read Sonja Universal, and that's why we did it.
And I think that's, like I said, we always ask people to like, subscribe, share, whatever. It's easy to share a show. Like, here's the link. These two goofballs and Robbie are talking about comics or whatever. That stuff is easy. It's really hard nowadays to break down something to someone who hasn't read it already.
Right.
You know, like, we won't even talk about a Dynamite character. I'll say Spider-Woman. Spider-Woman has been around for decades and has a super convoluted backstory. There's multiple versions of the character. There's multiple versions of the character in the past, the present. That's a conversation that takes the whole day and multiple adult beverages.
I would imagine every conversation with you that deals with comic books takes a whole day, John.
Sometimes a weekend, depending on how
where you are, right? If you were at a con, it could take all weekend. All right, so let's do a remark. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's do Batman Little Gotham #4, blank variant with a young Joker's daughter sketch. Suggested retail of $99.99. Tonight we have it for $50. One of our 5-star specials. Again, always a huge fan of.
I think we've run out of stuff to say about Ken, right?
Can we run out of stuff to say?
No, I mean, the guy is, quite frankly, one of the best at what he does.
He is.
He's like the Wolverine of remarks.
Yeah, no doubt. So we have a bunch of his remarks. Right now we have, we're going to start with the Batman Little Gotham #4, blank variant with a young Joker's daughter sketch. Suggested retail of $99.99, and we have for half price tonight, $50 for one of our 5-star specials.
she's so cute in that cover, right? I mean, it's adorable, that baby.
Uh-huh. Of course, you're a big horror fan, so from your perspective, Robbie, I could sort of see you going leaning that way.
I like the detail that Ken's put in on the mask. You know, you see some of the shading at the top there, and like the red trim on the carriage, and it almost looks like there's teeth or something when you close it.
I was going to say the baby carriage looks like it has teeth, and that's both amazing and freaking me out a little bit.
If we start seeing some AEW action on the
on
the Vampirella statue instead of WWE action on those bids,
nice.
We'll start that Joker's daughter at $10 best offer.
Ooh.
But we need to see
what was in that sandwich. Rex, go check that. Check what's in.
I think it's an expired. I think I'm eating an expired crab cake.
Oh man, that's no good.
I'm worried that I might be tasting it twice.
I will.
Wait until I leave.
Wait until I leave. I think I'm gonna have to start coming in every day and making lunch.
All right, so we need to see another bid on the statue, I guess. And if we get enough, I don't know what the actual parameters of that are, but it looks like at some point we'll be going at $10 best offer on the Batman Little Gotham #4.
I think he's saying that he wants one of them to get on the turnbuckle and like do some kind of spin flip or something like that. I don't know, some kind of wrestling terminology. Right?
Yeah, what?
It is. AEW is a new promotion, which is currently much better than the WWE in terms of storytelling on TV. WWE kind of needs to, I think, maybe hit the reset button a little bit. I've been a WWE fan literally for 50 years, and I'm still seeing the same stories from 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. AEW is fresh talent, fresh stories, people from independent wrestling, the Japanese scene, Mexico, where the wrestling, both the style and the stories are very different. They finally kind of put it together, the package for an American audience. And I got to tell you, this thing is, I saw it last year, or it was 2019 at Temple. They were up at Temple. And I got to tell you, they had a small crowd, but that small crowd was as loud as anything you've heard at Madison Square Garden.
Really?
My wrestling fans speak very highly of AEW, like very highly.
It looks like WWE's got a little competition.
Well, they have a little competition, and I also think they're at a point where, and this has been rumored a lot on the internet, the Vince McMahon might be looking to sell the WWE. He sold the rights to WWE Network to Peacock for 9 figures, reportedly. And there's a good chance between the show being on Fox and another show on USA Network, which is essentially it's all Comcast, right? Peacock, NBC, it's all Comcast, right? So he's got 2 multi-billion-dollar entities kind of looking at his product. And I think he's at the point now where the guy's in his 70s. He's done this for 50 years. He's probably looking to take his money. Yeah, I mean, if Vince is still writing the stories, he is still a little out of touch.
Well, no, what he's doing is he's clearing his schedule so he can make that run for president.
I thought he was going to try to buy back the XFL, but who knows?
Well, the XFL is owned by The Rock now.
Well,
and his wife. The XFL, I think, is owned by The Rock and
The Rock's one of them. Yeah.
Well, Robbie, you see what's back, don't you?
What's that?
The USFL is back.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's
they
do
just
it.
announced it. I think 8 teams.
Can you get them on the phone and see if they want to do USFL comics?
So I was kidding about action on the Vampirella statue to start that at $10 because Ronald's in the house. We've done an Adrian special. We've done a Ron Chip special. Wow. So we can start that Joker's young daughter at $10 regard.
That's really messing up my spreadsheet.
You just throw that away. I'm just going to get you a whiteboard.
All right. So now we're going to call it the Ron special. Okay. So
we take care of our people.
So Batman Little Gotham #4 blank variant with young Joker's daughter sketch. Suggested retail of $99.99. We were going to have it for $50. Now it has become a best offer of the night book starting at $10. So
we got 4 minutes left to break. We should probably get all the offer books out so that
you know what?
have a chance to check the finances.
That is a very good suggestion, my friend.
And
all right.
get their wives out of the house so they can bid on them.
Yeah, exactly. You're absolutely right. All right, so tonight we have a deluxe mega kit. we're going to call it the Star Wars kit. JD, you probably did not get this.
These mega packs are amazing.
So what we're going to have, and if I can ask Vanna White here to help me out.
Yeah, you know what? Normally I don't do this because it looks kind of goofy, but in this case, I want people to be able to see what these.
All right, so you got Star Wars. What number is that? I don't even have it written down.
This is number 1. This is the DF variant edition.
All right, so
signed by I think Greg Land.
Signed by Greg Land with a C-3PO head sketch. Okay, remark on the cover.
Oh, nice.
Then we have
that's very cool.
Star Wars number 1, and it is limited series of copies signed and remarked by Chris Canano, if I pronounced that correctly. Hopefully, I did.
Really. You know what?
Oh wow.
I might just pull this out of this mega pack if someone doesn't buy it. This thing's too cool.
Nope,
I love the use of negative space here, right?
Yeah.
You got to take it as a pack.
I think it's a pack.
All right. So then we have Darth Vader number 1, young variant, and it is hand signed by Scotty Young.
Oh, these are so cool. I mean, there's just people say they're corny, but they're really cool. Especially with Christmas right around the corner. This would make a very cool gift for a Star Wars fan.
And then we have Princess Leia number 1, CGC graded. It is the action figure variant cover, 9.6 guaranteed. And that is our deluxe mega set for the night. We're going to call it the Star Wars mega set. And this is going to be one of our best offer items, and the offers will start at $25. So to be clear, you're getting CGC graded 9.6. You're getting 2 remark books, and 1 is signed by Greg Land, and then another signed Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who was it signed by? I forgot already.
Scotty Young.
Oh, that's right. So all available. Okay, Joel is in for Star Wars at 25. You got it, Joe? Got you down, buddy.
I'm glad he said it because I was like, I gotta go see if I have.
I got Dave now at 30. Okay, got it.
All these books are cool, but I'll tell you right now, that 9/6 Star Wars toy cover, that is just.
All right, so let's do. Oh, you know what, JD, we got to go to break, don't we? All right, so we'll get when we come back in a few minutes. We'll go to all of the best offer books of the night and best offer items of the night. Get them out of the way so everybody has enough time.
Thing. That is just too cool.
And Joel's up to 35. Yeah. All right. Ron Shepard, what do you like best? Star Wars pack or Vampy statue? They're colluding.
$230 value in the Star Wars.
Ron is at 50 on the mega pack.
I was grabbing my phone to get the calculator, but Nick had already done the math.
All right. So I guess we'll keep doing this. JD, if you would go ahead and take us to break. We'll be back in a few minutes and we'll keep rolling.
Limited to.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise. A promise of adventure. A promise of excitement. A promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit ComicShopLocator.com today.
Hi, I'm Travis, King of Source Point, and you're watching The Experience.
Hey, and we're back. All right, so Joel was in the lead, but Ron's jumped up to take the lead at 60. All right, so let me get Ron in here. So Ron is at, I really got to just get a big piece of paper when I'm doing it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm watching you, man, and you don't even have a clipboard.
I know. Who needs a clipboard?
Order of Emperor clipboard.
I live on the edge. I don't need a clipboard.
Don't even have a clipboard.
So, all right. So let's get to our next best offer book. So it is Walking Dead number 150, blank variant, sketched edition, signed by Stefano Guadiano and remarked with a Walking Dead character sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of 150. We're going to take best offer of the night at 25. So let's see.
Very cool.
So Richard Ship, you lost internet. Which one is sold actually?
I know Richard was the one asking about the Shadow. I think that might be what.
The Shadow. Gotcha. Okay, hold on. So Shadow, Midnight in Moscow, number 3, high-end Howard Chaykin Virgin Art, ultra limited edition, and it was $19.30. Richard, I'm going to put you down for that. If I am incorrect, please put it in the chat board. So I think out of all of our viewers, and I might be wrong. Okay, Richard, we'll definitely bring more Shadow on. And you know,
did Richard miss my whole story about the Shadow?
I think he lost.
Dude, I did like 8 minutes on the Shadow. That's all right. It'll be an upcoming podcast.
Yeah, just look for his Instagram or whatever, DM him, whatever. Okay, because he'd go on for hours if you ask him the right question.
Y'all should give John his own Dynamite podcast.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know what? We've talked about that before, and I don't know exactly what it'll be, but one of the things we've talked about is we're going to put some stuff up, and this is a good time to mention it. We're going to be putting up some new content and slightly different kinds of content on the Dynamite YouTube channel.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Creator interviews, watching Rex go through his emails, just like the funniest parts of Dynamite that I can think. Every show has to begin with the drop and drag where you take my email and you drag it over to the overcycled bin.
No, I had the IT guy set it up. So immediately it recognizes your email address and just drops it into this folder.
What does he want now? What does he want now?
So the IT guy called me and you know, he came over to my office and said, "Hey, listen, you know,
I can take care of this.
Who is this John Cole guy?" I said, "Well, why?" He goes, "Well, you have so many emails in your junk folder. I need you to clear it up. It's taking way too much space on our server." So, you know,
would you rather me just leave a post-it on your computer? I could get like little post-its.
It'd be a little bit easier for me to throw away. Yeah, I could just crumple it up and get
the environmentalists to crucify
open up my laptop and I'm good.
Paper.
I was about to say that's what they do to me at work. They just leave me Post-it notes everywhere, and I lose those all the time. So I have to transfer them to the notebook.
All jokes aside, we will be putting stuff up at the Dynamite YouTube channel.
Yes.
And at some point there probably will. I've done a lot of podcasts. I don't know if it'll be quite a podcast. I hate to say this. I don't know if to just, you know, have me and the camera talking, that doesn't seem particularly, you know, like appealing. I don't think anybody wants to watch.
Isn't that your entire history of podcasts though?
Well, podcasts are more audio. It's like the type of thing where you can put it on your phone, hit it, drive to work, do whatever, and just listen to me
What I think would really help?
Getting someone else to do it?
No, a taco truck.
A taco truck and a podcast. How about that?
Yes. Listen, I need the taco truck to come first, though.
I've done my broadcasts for food trucks.
I want to see how he concocts a spam taco. That's what I want to see. Hey Rex, do you want to go ahead and give away announce the winner for the thing?
You know
what? All kinds of stuff to do.
You know what we do? The problem is it's been so crazy this week already because we did the Gem Mint thing on Friday night and stuff. So I'm a little bit behind. So I got to find something that we can give away actually. But you reminded me of one thing. All right. So everybody who makes a purchase tonight will get a Witchblade Millennium autograph card and signed by Joe Jusco. So every purchase, one per customer, will receive one of these at the end of the night. I know. Let me think. What can we give away? We've done the coin sets a couple of times, right?
Yeah, we've done that. Did you mention what it was going to be? I thought it was a card or something, but I don't remember 100%.
I may have. You know what? When we get back from the next break, I'll dig something up. There's always something lying around on my desk that I probably should put away in inventory. And because with John in and out of the building all the time, he can just come over and swipe stuff, and I might not even know it's gone.
The inventory shrinkage.
I always leave a list.
And now it's kind of, no, you don't.
I email it to you.
Touche, sir. Touche. Well played. Well played, Mr. Cole. I give you credit.
Now, John, Rex, did you remember?
Dave Cerrone says Nick's Mafia card. You mean Nicky the Roach?
Nicky the Roach.
Nick. Is Nick there? Oh.
He's on
the phone. You know what, Dave? I'm going to ask. But I don't know if that's going to ruin our free giveaway contest. If everybody be like, "The hell with that! I'm not doing that."
Never mind. All of a sudden, the chat room falls silent.
And I think the last show we had on Wednesday, I think Ron was the big spender. I think Ron, you may be getting a Ricky the Roach card coming your way in your next shipment. I'm just saying. So Nick goes, "What did I miss?" Well, Nick, this is what you missed. We because of the busy weekend we had with everything and the busy day today, I didn't pick the actual gift. So Dave has suggested a Nicky the Roach card, but I'm not sure if you have any more left. So we'll see. So Nick will respond to us, when he gets a chance. I'd love to give away Rudolph.
We're going to give it away in a plastic bag in pieces.
What did I miss?
Well, we got to figure out a giveaway. But
we need you to sign more Nicky the Roach cards.
I thought we were giving away the Joe Jusco. I give you the Jusco.
No. Our contest, our drawing.
The contest one.
Oh.
Yeah. So if you want to pick something, but David suggested the Nicky the Roach
card.
Actually, he gave you some respect. He called it the Nicky Mafia card.
There you go.
So which I thought was a very nice,
Is Ronald in the running for a prize?
Ron actually has that's the other thing. You have a coin set. We drew your name on Robbie's show on Friday, right, Robbie?
Yes.
Yes. So Ron, you got a coin set coming. And I think you want something else, if I remember correctly. But all right, so Nick's it's all right, Nick. We're gonna do it at the next break.
Okay, 230 to 250. Don't forget. Actually, I don't think we showed the.
We can't give that away as a gift. We already got Ron.
I'm just making sure people saw the free C3PO.
There's like a.
Yeah, but seeing it is better.
There's a very cool remark on here too. That these mega sets are just. They're great for gifts and stuff like that, but I always find the greatest gifts are the ones I give myself.
Yes.
So you probably want to buy this and just keep it, but
All right, so this is going to be the giveaway. All right, so Nick, you want to talk about it? You know more about this card than almost anybody.
Kick-ass cloth card. We actually took a kick-ass costume, turned it into a card. This past Friday on Gem Mint, we gave one away if you spent $200 or more. Tonight, it'll be the free prize.
All right, so we're gonna when we come back from the next break, remind me, Robbie, because I'm all over the place.
I will.
A long weekend. Please remind me when we get back from our final break. We're gonna run the randomizer, the Wheel of Fortune, and Robbie will announce who the winner is. And Wolf, that's good. Well played, sir. So let's see. Joe L is up. All right. So Joe L is up to $70 on the Star Wars.
Nice.
All right. So got you there, buddy. And then I did The Walking Dead. We did that one. JD, correct me if I'm wrong. Do we have any other best offer takes for the night? Did I get everything? I think I got everything.
As far as I can see, you got it all.
All right. So all right. To be clear, because we're all over the place. Ron donated his Vampy coin set to me. We asked John to send you an email about it. Well, Dave, you know where that email ended up, brother.
Just so you know, from now on, every time you're looking for something, where'd my stapler go? I emailed you its location. And that's the shoot before we went on the air.
I'm looking for my stapler. My desk looks like a comic book explosion, right? There's crap everywhere. And I can't find my stapler to staple my sheet that Nick, completely changes during the course of the show. And I totally forgot, that John was standing right there. And well played, sir. John's on fire. You can tell he just got back from spring break. All right. So to clarify,
I got my Myrtle Beach shirt on and everything.
To clarify, every purchase tonight will get a Witchblade Millennium card, autographed card by Joe Jusko. So everyone who makes a purchase tonight will receive one free in their shipment.
Nice.
For the contest that we run, and for those viewers that may not, this may be the first time you join us or whatever. What we do is every Monday night from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, Rock and Robbie from Pop Culture Philosophers comes on our show, and then every Friday evening I'm on Robbie's show, and we flip-flop.
That's going to be a huge letdown for him. I mean, this is like when he's on this show, that's like a huge boost for us. But
you know what, Robbie, this may permanently become the Rex and Robbie comic collectible show at this rate. All right.
I was just about to say, you notice John's never on my channel. It's just Rex, so I'm just saying.
What if you want me to come on the
He's
show?
busy making a sandwich that neither one of us will get to eat. We'll just get to look at a pretty picture of it.
I know. I'm on his IG account. And I see
Ron,
it.
all right. So Ron is up to 75 on the Star Wars Mega Pack. Okay, gotcha, Ron. Okay, so then for the new viewers out there, when you watch our show and you comment on the chats, you are automatically entered, and we do the drawing for our Monday show on Robbie's Friday show. And if you were with Robbie on Friday, with me and Robbie on his show, we then take whomever contributed to the chat in that show, and we run the contest here on our show on Mondays, and we run the randomizer and figure out who the winner is. All right? So that's how it works. So if you entered the chat tonight, and you're automatically entered for the drawing on Friday on Rock and Robbie's show. And I know JD flashed it, but when you get a chance, JD, if you could flash the Pop Culture Philosophers YouTube channel. And then Robbie and I are on that show.
Where the good stuff is.
Whoever enters the chat there will draw on Monday. All right. So tonight will be the winner will be drawn from whoever contributed to the chat on Friday night on Rock and Robbie's show. All right. And then the winner will get this kick-ass cloth trading card, limited edition costume card. And that's the prize for tonight.
I remember when they talked
that make any
about
sense
these,
to anybody.
This is a few years ago. I don't know if it was in New York. The Dynamite panel talked about these, and people were like, the shock. So wait, it's actually the costume? I'm like, yeah, it's actually the costume. I don't know if sometimes that doesn't, people don't get it.
So Ron, that's a very interesting question, right? So yes, she actually can, because it is still genuine U.S. legal tender. All right. So it is uncirculated JFK half dollars, and the colorized image is based on a variety of Vampirella art, but it is still real money. Okay. Now, from a collectible standpoint, it's worth more than 50 cents if you don't, you don't go ahead and cash it in. But theoretically, yes, you should be able to use all of that. I'll tell you why. I know somebody that ended up with colorized quarters, not the company we get it from, but colorized quarters, and they ran into some trouble, and they took all that inventory and they took it to one of them coin machines at the bank. All right. And bing, bing, bing. and yep, I think there was even a news story about it or something. The bank said, look at all these colorized coins. But yes, so I know that there is something about defacing. So there was actually the company that manufactures these colorized coins for us. They actually got into it with a couple of detractors who said that they were defacing the coin, and they were not. And they actually hired an attorney to prove that they were not. So it is spendable, genuine U.S. legal tender.
Legal tender.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think isn't that 50-cent piece what Nick uses to tip out the takeout guy?
That's why the guy's butt was blocking the camera. He goes, "I know this cheap guy. I'm not taking another
He was just staring at this
colorized $half again."
This Vampirella 50-cent piece, like, dude.
Rex, did you bring one
over here with your food?
Rex, did you bring a coin set for purchase like you were talking about last week?
I did. You know what? I have one. I didn't put it on the list again. I apologize. I got so far behind, but we can throw one up here tonight. I just got to figure out what Nick wants to retail it at.
For what? Can we
So-
get more bids on the Vampirella statue? We need to help pay you.
I'm going to do a recap.
And not pay John.
I'm going to do a recap of it. But here's the thing. The 4-coin Vampirella set,
Yeah.
we've given away 2.
Right.
And Robbie says a lot of viewers have expressed interest, so we were going to bring it on this Monday, but I just never got a chance to add it to the lineup.
Right.
So I have one that's easily accessible. You just got to kind of figure out where we're going to sell it at.
Give me a second.
All right. So
Well, they're 50
we'll
cent
get back to
pieces,
that in a
right?
second.
So,
Nick's going to take another bite of his meatless.
What coins are they?
The Vampire.
No, I mean, how much are they?
Like
how
I
much
believe
is
they
the
were. I believe they were $29.99.
No.
they're
How
50
much?
cent
50
pieces.
cent JFK.
So at least $2 then.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, at
That's
least
like
$2. Yes, that is correct. I think I let her know that Nick is going to send her Macy's gift card for $2 instead.
Nice.
Is Macy's still open? I thought they
Yeah,
closed.
Macy's. What
Yeah, they just had a whole parade, didn't they?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Macy's is
That's
almost
right.
sort of like there's a couple of those stores left. There used to be like tons of department stores. Now I think it's like Macy's and Nordstrom's kind of looking at each other to see who's going to tap
I
out
remember.
next.
I remember. Have you
Who
been?
watches TV? It wasn't on YouTube.
Exactly.
I watched it before football started.
I know, right?
So, anybody remember Litz Brothers? Were you in this area when you were young or no?
I was. I don't
You remember Litz
that.
Brothers?
No, we
In
shopped at
Philadelphia?
like Strawbridge and Clothier. You
It was
know,
right. It was. It used to. The location used to be right across the street from the gallery.
Boscov's. My mom had. There was only certain stores you could go to. She loved spending my dad's money. So if that store had any kind of like discounts or values, yeah, my mom never was in there.
All right. You know what? Let's do a graded book, guys. What do you think?
Let's
What
do
are
it.
the
They're
Robbie
usually
pick a book?
$30 each, but they're in a nice box. So this is what we're going to do. Vampy came out in 1969. So we're going to do $69.19.
Okay.
Which is a steal, especially since you're getting the box.
All right. So when we come back from break, after Robbie does his drawing, I will grab one. So $69.19. All right. So, and then we'll show that. And I know, JD, you don't have a picture of it because I
You
didn't
want to
send
let
you.
Robbie pick a book, or are you just going to?
Yes, Robbie, please pick a book. Let Robbie pick a book.
Well, you said you wanted to do a CG or CGC, right?
You do whatever you want.
Oh, I want to do that deceased remark.
Okay,
like
cool. Let's
zombie
do that.
Robin.
Nice.
'Cause that thing is awesome. I love
I'm
that
good
thing.
with that. All right. So deceased #1, sign and remark with a Harley Quinn sketch by Ken Hazer. Just a retail of $89.99. Have it tonight for $50 for our 5-star special. And
Black,
Not
white,
a-
red, use of negative space. This thing is.
yeah,
That's
and it's
Harley
kind of
Quinn?
surprised because Robbie's a huge horror fan. So
Yeah.
I
That's
could see
Harley
why-
Quinn?
That's
That.
that's.
I
supposed to be
totally
Harley
thought
Quinn?
that was Robin. That's still cool though. I
I
think
think
that
maybe it is Robin.
that is the best Ken Hazer sketch
What do
I've
you
seen
think?
on this show.
You think
Like,
that's Robin?
According to this, it's Harley.
But maybe
it could. I
is
mean,
Robin.
it's the Domino Mask. It could be any of them, right?
I was going to say Domino
So
Mask.
we're
is a little-
unsure. It might be Harley Quinn. It might be Robin.
See,
We
I'm
don't
looking
know.
at the shape of the mask, and that's Harley's mask.
Looks like she's wearing lipstick. There's lipstick there. I
Yeah.
see it now.
Well,
I just
there's
thought it
also
was
blood
Robin.
all over the place, dude. That could be just the blood, not actually
That's true.
lipstick.
If I had that, I would tell people it was Robin. Jason Todd in particular, probably. Because he was the dead one. Remember?
Don't sound like a fan, Robbie, the way you said that.
Yeah, I'm not really a Jason Todd fan, but it's okay.
All right, so we're going to do a quick recap just to keep everybody in the loop and for anybody that joined us a little bit later. All right, so we have the deluxe Mega Mix Star Wars set. It was one of our best offer items, and we started at 25, and currently Ron is in the lead at 75. Then we did the Walking Dead number 150 blank variant sketched edition, signed by Stefano Guadiano and remarked with a Walking Dead character sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of 150, and we're going to start offers at 25. So this is another one of our best offer takes it at the end of the night. Then let's see, Dark Child was claimed by John Spilios. And then we had Turok Dinosaur Hunter. I'm a little surprised that this hasn't gone yet. Turok Dinosaur Hunter number 2, high-end Stephen Mooney Virgin Art Ultra Limited Edition cover. So it originally had a suggested retail of $100. This is one of our $10 in the first 10 minutes.
Right now,
early
Stephen
bird
Mooney
special.
is doing Betty Page, Curse of the Banshee.
So $100 book, buy it now for $10. First person who claims it takes it. Let's see.
You know what, Rex? I don't think we had actually shown that that Walking Dead before.
We haven't?
Yeah, that was the first time we were showing it, I think.
We talked about it a little bit ago.
Oh, so did we talk about it?
It must have been during the JD's bathroom break.
Oh yeah. No, I have one of those plastic bottle things. I'm good.
So Shadow was claimed by Richard Shipp. And then we just had the deceased number 1 sign and remark with a Harley Quinn or Robin sketch, we're not sure, by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $89.99, $50, $5 special for the night. So we got John L. Let's see. John L. Let me see. Walking Dead. Am I losing my? Let's see. Hey, John. Actually, The Walking Dead is an offer book starting at 20. The offer starting at 25. All right, just so you know, buddy. If you still want to make an offer at 25, let us know. All right. So let me see, where did I leave off? So deceased number 1. Okay. So Batman Little Gotham, number 4 blank variant with a young Joker's daughter sketch. Suggested retail of $99.99. This is going to be now it's converted into a best offer takes it at the end of the night, and the offers will start at 10. So anybody that wants to put a claim on that one, it is a best offer book, another one with best offers starting at $10. All right, so Joe L, I got you down, buddy, for 25. You got it. All right, and then let's see, what else did we get to? All right, so then we had the Red Sonja. That was claimed by Gail Simone line art, blood red line art. That was claimed by John Stilios. Yeah. And then we had the Adrian special, Sonja Universal, first 5 issues for $15, and we'll throw in the 6th one for free because Adrian had a really good question for John. And then we have the coin sets, which I will show after we come back from the break. Let's see. For $69.19. These were originally sold suggested retail for $29.99 retail per coin, not for the set, per coin. And I think that brings us current, right? So
I think so.
All right. So let's see. Oh, you know what we have? We have a Jim Starlin book tonight. You know what? We're almost at break. So what we'll talk about real quick. Yes, the statue currently, Ron is in the lead at 75. All right. And this one will take us into our next break. So as always, we have the Dynamite 10-pack reader set. So 10 random Dynamite titles with a suggested retail cover price of $3.99 or higher. And we're selling it again for $5. So 50 cents a book, just as our way of saying thank you to our viewers. And it's a great stocking stuffer, but don't actually stuff it in the stocking.
You know what? We're at that time of year now where gifts are sort of, especially if you get these deals where everybody's got a Secret Santa or whatever they call it, and there's limits. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to go crazy. Like gifts are $10, whatever. It's a great way to pick up a cool gift for someone who likes comics. You get it in at that Secret Santa price.
So Dave said I got the bits mixed up.
Yeah, I think the 75 for Ron was on the mega pack, right?
Yes.
And I think Dave is in the lead on the statue.
Did I say? I'm sorry. You know why? Because the mega set is right next to the statue. Dave is in the lead for the statue with 30. You are correct.
Wow.
So
it's only at 30?
Yeah, it is only at 30. That's hard to believe, isn't it?
That's crazy. That's such a good statue.
So it's Women of Dynamite, Vampirella, Red Rain.
I have a feeling people are waiting. You know what I mean? And I don't mind if people, I know some people like sniping, some people don't. But, you know, you've got to just, I'll let you know right now, if you're sitting here waiting to drop a whole bunch of bids for these statues or stuff, last 5-10 minutes, keep in mind there's lag. Keep in mind that there's, you know, we're only going to do it to a certain point. So if you're serious about this thing, and I understand every auction sort of has a little frenetic energy at the end,
right?
But don't wait until, you know, the last possible minute, because every single one of these auctions I've ever been part of, after the end line, somebody bids. And they're sort of, you know, upset that they didn't get their bid in.
Right. No, exactly. So we'll throw out one more book, Weapon H, #1, signed by Greg Pak. Suggested retail of $39.99. Tonight we have it for $19.77 for the year Wolverine first appeared. So we'll throw that out there before we got to go to the break.
This Weapon H thing is a cool story. Somebody actually left that comic at my house. We had like a little get together, and someone said, "Check this out." Robbie, I don't know if you've read this, but this is sort of like a weird mashup that shouldn't work, but does. It's a really neat story.
Wolverine meets the Hulk, basically. You know, he's a Hulk. He's just some dude taken by a government program.
Real quick.
What's that?
It's like, yeah, you're right. You're right. It's like Hulk-Verine or something.
Yeah, right.
Hulk-Verine.
He's got the claws. He's super cool, and that Del Keown cover is amazing, man.
Limited to 21 in the world, and this is Elite Gold signature, #3, single digits. So this is actually a $69.99 book.
So John Spilios has a question. So this is your call, Nick. He thought that Deceased was a best offer and wanted to start at 25, but it's actually a buy it now at 50.
You know what? John spent a lot of money. Let's start it as a best offer at 25.
All right,
John. But we got to cut back on the best offers. Our John, his eyes are spinning.
All right,
These people should not be getting stuff less than I do.
All right, so John, if you want to make an offer on Deceased #1 starting at 25, you can do it.
That is a crazy cover, man. I mean,
right. I'm going to jot you down in here, so I'm not chasing it. But you let me know if I'm incorrect. If you do want to make an offer for 25, it's become a best offer book. We appreciate you.
This is St. Nick coming through for the holidays, too. I mean, this is the gift-giving time of year.
It's that expired crab, man.
Expired crab cake. Delirium. It's making him delusional. So, all right. So, you know what? We got to go to our last and final break. And then when we come back, we will pick the winner. Robbie will run the handy dandy randomizer. And then we'll get on with some of the other books.
And
all right.
They say it, and it's true, that everything is getting faster. You're not getting any younger, and time is the single resource that you can never get back or get any more of. So why are you wasting time wandering around a comic book shop looking for a new storyline to get hooked on?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Minute to Skin It. Yeah!
Spend 1 hour with Miss Jen and Bean, and they'll give you the leg up on all the latest books hitting shelves this week. Your pull list will be brimming with the hottest new books before your friends even hear about them.
Susan Provenance of Secrets. This is The Heathens. I read Wolverine #17.
It's Minute to Skim It, every Tuesday at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
Hey, I'm Joe Pruitt. I'm the publisher and /CEO of Aftershock Comics, and you're watching The Experience.
And we're back. Something I wanted to clear up real quick before we kind of sail along. Nick mentioned that the signature series for Weapon H, it's a gold signature series, and not to be that actually guy, but actually the gold signature series should be $89.95, not $69.99 or whatever it is. I know Nick publishes a lot of books, so he can't possibly remember everything, but someone is going to catch a huge break there. This thing shouldn't have even started at, this thing should have been $89.99. We were talking about this a little bit. I could see them in the future doing something with this character, maybe animated. We see that Abomination was in Shang-Chi, so I could see maybe somewhere down the line, Phase 7, Phase 8, maybe they start embracing more of these sort of alternate versions of characters, mashup characters. I think what everybody's waiting for is Spider-Gwen.
I was about to say they're about to break into the multiverse, so you could have them in the next year or so, just popping in cameos or something.
Yeah, this is a very cool, like you mentioned, Robbie. This is basically they grab some army dude. I really feel bad. They grab these military guys who are good dudes, and they subject them to these, weird science, man. And, as it turns out, this guy is sort of like a Hulk Marine.
All right, so we have some action on the statue. So
Nice.
Our buddy Nilo, thanks for joining us today, Nilo. We appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
We appreciate all our viewers. We appreciate everybody that spends their time here with us. We definitely enjoy it, and the viewers make the show. I mean, they really do. But, Nilo, you went in at 40. Now Dave has upped his to 42. So Dave is currently in the lead on the Vampirella statue at 42. And remember, everyone, 7:55 is when we
I
cut
was
it
going
off.
to say 7:55 is the cutoff.
And JD, if you would be so kind as to remind us and put an end line when the time comes, that would be greatly appreciated. All right. So Rockin' Robbie is going to run his handy dandy randomizer to see who wins the kick-ass cloth card.
That's right. It's time to engage Rockin' Robbie's ridiculous randomizer of revolution, and let's see.
There it is.
It is
the spinning wheel. I love this thing.
The Cerebros.
The Cerebro. I think he might be here tonight.
Is he here tonight?
He was here earlier, and I think he won something a few weeks ago. So heck yeah, that's awesome. I think he won a Witchblade Joe Gisco card, actually. So another card for Verno of the Cerebros. Great show, by the way. I'm on his show a lot. So
awesome.
Dave mentioned a little while ago, just to throw it out there. Dave mentioned a little while ago that cosplayer Anamia is going to be writing a Vampirella book.
I saw that. So excited for that. Betty Page. It was Betty Page, right?
Oh, Betty Page. I'm sorry. I said Vampirella. My bad. Because I looked up and I was looking at the Vampirella statue. Yeah, it's going to be doing Betty Page. And I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. Cosplayers moving beyond just putting on the costume and standing in front of the camera.
You were talking about one of your favorite cosplayers. Me is my favorite cosplayer because I've had her on my show a couple times. One time to talk about her Betty Page book, which I did join the crowdfunding. I'm really excited to get it, and I hear good things about the way she tackled it. She was talking about how they were thinking about putting her with a co-writer. Then she goes, "Well, I wrote a script." And then apparently she did a good enough job to get a series out of it. So that's awesome. Congratulations, Mia and Dynamite.
Oh, yeah. It's sort of, I think in the beginning, and I talked about this a little bit on Twitter one day, I think whenever a celebrity does anything outside their lane, we'll say, right? I think they always figure there's someone kind of next to them co-piloting, like a singer decides to do a cooking show or whatever. Everybody always thinks that there's, people are multi-talented. There's multiple skills there. And I think originally, like you said, there was going to probably be a co-writer, or something. And, her work was super fresh and strong. And I'm really looking forward to seeing this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah,
now I just want to know, how many cosplay covers do I have to do until Nick calls me and asks me to write a book? How many do I got to do?
You know what? I really think
send John an email and he'll forward it to
that's
us.
I'm working
on a Vampirella cosplay.
I want to be on the cover of a Dynamite comic. No, I do not, because it will not sell.
Time out. I want to see Robbie's Vampirella cosplay.
Yeah, put that in an email and send it to me, and I'll forward it to you.
No. I really want to see this one. So, all right. So, Ron wants to know the next slab. So, let's pick a slab.
Robbie, guys. I will pay you not to dress up as Vampirella.
I'll just send you books, man.
I'll counter that offer. So, all right. So, what do we want to do, guys?
Well, he said he wants a slab. Why don't we do
sir.
Miles Morales Spider-Man?
Let's do it.
Spider-Man is out, very, very soon. We've got a very cool cover here. Liefeld cover. Miles Morales.
So Miles Morales,
another
Spider-Man
character I don't quite know the name
25,
of. No, I'm just kidding.
CGC graded, guaranteed 9.8.
Yeah.
The Deadpool variant, suggested retail of $89.99. Tonight we have it for $69.99.
Nice.
And I've already had people telling me that the last two cons they went to, these Deadpool variants are just like almost daily the price goes up on these things. So
Liefeld still has a fan base that's very, very much like in tune with.
Yeah, I'll tell you who he reminds me of a little bit. It reminds me of Gene Simmons and Kiss. That they kind of go away for a while, they come back. The fans are just waiting to buy stuff, support. I mean, you don't hear from Gene Simmons for 4 or 5 years. The next thing you know, they're doing comics or whatever, and they're just flying off the shelves. And I think Liefeld is a creator where, he had his 15 minutes of fame, the whole Image thing, and then he just periodically comes out and does stuff, and those people are just waiting.
He just did his X-Force 30th anniversary. Does that make y'all feel old? It makes me feel old. 30th anniversary of X-Force #1. He did the Kill Shot special.
God.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
I don't want to have any more conversations about 30th anniversary stuff.
Well, I'll tell you, there was like a creating of Image thing on Amazon. If you want to feel old, sit down and check that out, because I remember like that being the heyday, the energy. Image was created. Valiant was also created. There was like this,
First
there's
of all,
something
there's
new.
so many things wrong with what you just said. Okay, if you want to feel old, I've never met a person
the real
that wanted to
reason
feel
why
that way.
Rex doesn't want to talk about 30th anniversaries?
Why?
Because it's the 30th year he and I met.
Oh no!
How do you see why I want to stay away from conversations like this?
Well, I mean, get a good look at Rex. He's 28 years old, so
it's always negative too.
The comic book business is hard.
I can't work like this. So
anyway, I like Liefeld. Just saying, especially when he's got the right inker on him. I like this cover, and like JD points out,
when he moved to Image, dude, his like what were some of his titles? I mean,
Youngblood, Brigade, Bloodstrike.
I thought he got kind of lazy, man, with his art.
Well, I think he even talked about this. He
was a rock star overnight. He was like a millionaire overnight, right?
Yeah,
and he was like 21 or something like that. Like he was super young.
21 or 22 years old, and he talked about living at Disney World for months.
Yeah,
like just literally had money to keep paying for the hotel. I forget where he stayed, but it went like a week or 2 weeks, and then some other people joined him. Next thing you know, like half the Image creators are down there for like months.
Right.
Yeah, Rob
Liefeld
was buying people cars to get them on board to Extreme Studios. I mean, he was balling at that time, especially he was the MC Hammer of Image, He thought it would last forever.
It's true. If you watch, there's this thing, I think it's on Amazon. It's like the Creative Image, and they'll be talking to a creator. What's it going to take? What's it going to take? And they'll just throw the guys
Dodge Vipers.
Yeah, they would just throw guys the keys to the car.
So JD brought up a good point. Let's go back to selling comics.
Sure. JD, why don't you throw out what you want to see, bud?
I don't know that I made that good point. I was talking about Liefeld's feet.
I mean, I'm trying to
I
sell the book.
noticed that. Yes.
Yeah.
4 feet on this book, y'all. So there you go. Worth every penny.
I mean, if there was one thing on the list, I think everybody would want to have a look at, even if they can't afford it, is the Frank Miller signature.
Let's see. Oh yes.
Oh yes.
There you go.
Daredevil or Batman?
Daredevil number 25. All right.
This is not for the faint of heart, to be fair.
Signed by Frank Miller.
Nice.
Suggested retail $299.99, and we have it for $250 tonight. We have one available at that price.
Very cool.
This is just, you've got Elektra's Daredevil.
One of my favorite Miller creations, Elektra, right? That's amazing. Beautiful Chichetto cover. That's really good stuff.
Miller just doesn't really, I don't want to say he doesn't sign anymore, but it doesn't really sign a lot, if at all, anymore. I don't ever like to put words in the creator's mouth or whatever.
Right.
But I think that guy just doesn't sign stuff anymore.
Oh, you know what? Can you hold up the coin set for everybody to see?
Sure.
All right. So I promised the coin set, and here it is. All right. And we have the coin set available for $69.19. And basically a collection of 4 JFK half dollars.
Very cool.
All right, and I'm just trying to, let's see, I think.
Hey, there's that Argerm one that the statue's based on's on there. Look at
that. Yes, that's correct.
It's like the coins are like a great little sort of the different eras, I guess you would say, or different styles of Vampirella.
Different styles, so on and so forth. Nerdette's Newsstand. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight.
Station.
And you know that JFK is really happy to have Vampirella pressed up against his face there.
Yeah, you know he would.
I don't think he can really have an opinion at this point.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Yikes.
So, and each one will come with its own individual certificate of authenticity. Directly from the manufacturer that we work with. We send them the art, they do the colorization. So yes, you're right. Top left is J. Scott Campbell. You are correct, Dave. So kind of mixing two collectible worlds, coin collecting and comic collecting there. But we had a lot of requests after we'd given it away. I think the first time, we gave it away was on Robbie's show. So Robbie said he got some feedback, wanted to see it. So there it is.
I know I'm in the vast minority here, but I actually prefer coins to like trading cards. And I know that's like gasp, anathema. I just think they're more substantial. And you can actually, the trading card, you're kind of probably going to put this in plastic, right? I don't think you're just going to kind of leave it out and about or whatever, just like a comic. Coins are a little bit more durable. You know what I mean?
They're supposed to be.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I kind of like the fact that I would like to see them catch on more.
There are coin collectors out there in the universe,
No, but I don't know if there's a massive market out there for, Red Sonja $50 or Vampirella $50 or.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, we've gotten good feedback,
especially compared to trading cards. You do a set of Vampirella trading cards, all I have to do is unlock the door in there. Right?
Well, you kind of have to remember the technique is still, not new, but still fairly new. When colorized coins first came out, I remember they were literally hand painted, like somebody.
Oh yeah, they would have video, and you'd see someone.
So technology has come a little way since then. So
I guess they probably laser paint some of that stuff now.
Well, technology. We were talking about this. I was talking about this with the guys here. Somebody had ordered an Oculus and had it delivered to the office, and he says, "Oh, you got to try this." I played 2 games. One was I didn't play them. He just showed it to me. One was some sort of flight simulator, and you put those goggles on. It was like literally sitting in the cockpit of the jet fighter. I could look left, I could look right. And then the other one was Star Wars, which he had not gotten, but he told me that when he gets there, he'll bring it in. John Spilio, you are in at 10 for Batman Little Gotham. There we go. I got you, buddy.
Hey Rex, do
so
we have a Art Germ Catwoman CGC book up there?
We do have an answer.
Should we do that one next?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, so we got Catwoman number 4, variant by Stanley Art Germ Lau, CGC graded, guaranteed 9.6. Suggested retail of $89.99 tonight. We have it for $50 for our 5-star special.
Nice.
The photorealism here is crazy on this cover.
So Dave says he got his in a mega pack. Oh, good job. Glad you got one. The Halle Berry one. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, just the
Did you say Halle Berry?
What's that?
What? Did you say Halle Berry? What are you? What?
What? Catwoman? Yeah.
Halle Berry Catwoman, the movie. You like that? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm saying it looks like her though.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, I think Art Germ used it as as like his
a
model.
model.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see Halle Berry in there?
I gotta say, I gotta give. I see it a little bit. I gotta give Halle Berry credit though. It's like she was awarded a Razzie that year for Catwoman, and she actually showed up to the ceremony, accepted it in person, and had a great sense of humor about it. She thanked her agent for booking her in that movie. It's on YouTube. I think you can look it up. It was hilarious.
I always like it when they show up to the Razzies. That's always stand up.
That is totally Halle Berry.
Okay, man.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
Robbie.
cool. I mean, she's got the wedding ring and stuff. I'm okay. That's cool, man.
Hey, John, just want to be clear that you are claiming the coin set. Just want to be sure on that. But I'm going to have to imagine based on it, that is what you are claiming. And I have you down for the coin set, John. Just confirm with me, just to make sure. As you can see, my reading skills this evening have been even weaker than normal on the same small screen. John's shaking his head, looking at me. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's not Halle Berry. That's what I see. I don't know. I got Rockin' Robbie over here.
Next week, Robbie and I talk comics, 6:00 on the Experience.
I'm with you. My eyes are going too, though. So I don't know if I'm the best.
You guys will have no books.
I'll just pick stuff up. It'll be fine.
So Nilo says it was a Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, that I would be down for that.
If it was, yeah, he did a Michelle Pfeiffer inspired one. I'm sure you probably guys got one somewhere. So.
That's been done a couple of times. As Catwoman turned 80, I think a few different artists decided, I want to do Catwoman from the comic strips. I want to do the Bill Finger Catwoman. I want to,
All right,
he did like a whole series. He even did the animated version, I think. Art Germ did.
Yeah.
Joe L, the Star Wars mega set is at $75. Ron has the high. So Nick just put in the chat that we got 6 minutes to the best offers ending. So I'm going to go ahead and recap them real quick. So the deluxe mega Star Wars set, Ron is currently in the lead at 75. All right. And then at the statue, Dave is currently, the Vampirella statue, Red Rain, Dave is currently in the lead at 51. Let's see. Joel, you're going up to 77. All right, buddy. I'm going to put you down on the Star Wars mega set at 77. So Joel is now in the lead. Walking Dead, number 150, blank variant sketched edition signed by Stefano Guadiano and remarked by Ken Hazer. Joel is in the lead at 25. And let me see. And just making sure. Okay, so deceased number 1, signed and remarked with a Harley Quinn or Robin sketch, depending, by Ken Hazer. John S. is in the lead at 25. Let's see. Batman Little Gotham number 4, blank variant with Young Joker's daughter sketch. That is also John S. in the lead at 10. And let me see. Were there any other best offers that we had? Trying to see. I think that covers it. Am I missing anything, JD, buddy?
Nope.
All right. Thank you, sir. Let's see.
Ron wants to know the Art Germ price again.
Yeah, I think we covered that. Wait, who wanted to know the Art Germ?
Ron?
Ron?
50.
Art Germ statue?
No.
Which one?
The book.
Catwoman slap.
The Halle Berry. The Halle Berry. Rex.
There, thank you.
Oh my God.
Say, Ron, that is a buy now for 50. If you want to claim it. All right. So
It's
Dave
a 9.6. That's really nice.
So Dave is up to, let's see here. Dave is up to 61.
Are we sure that Nilo isn't like a shill, just pushing the price up to get Dave to?
Let's see. All right. So okay, yeah. So Dave is up to 61. Nilo is up to 60. I'm gonna make Amy do this next time. It'll be cleaner. So 2 minutes on the best offer.
Amy would show up with a much bigger screen. I'm waiting for her to just show up with a
right,
big
hold
plasma
on.
screen. Okay, here we go.
So Catwoman. Yep. So Catwoman's buy now at $50. Was it Ron that asked? I think it was Ron. So if you want to claim it, Ron, it is still available. All right. So Ron is up to $80 on the Star Wars Mega Pack.
Worth it.
Gotcha,
Worth a lot more than that. So
Yeah, that's like what, $250. You said.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of value in there.
No doubt. Boy, it's going to be stuff we didn't get to tonight, boys.
Well, it's a statue too, man. The statue is just. I mean, look at what this statue. You can go over to the website right now and see what the statue would be, as opposed to if you just buy it here on the show.
This year, 2-minute warning, gentlemen. 2-minute warning.
All right, 2-minute warning, and then JD will put the end line up after time expires. And keep in mind, there is a lag time to what you're seeing and what we're seeing. So I don't know exactly the lag. JD, do you know the exact lag time involved?
It's 5 seconds around that.
Yeah, it's a few seconds. So everybody keep that in mind. So
Let's do one more book, I think.
All right, let's do one more book. Pick something. Go for it, buddy.
Why don't we do this Detective Comics? Oh, is this like a mega set?
Well, no, it is a connecting cover set.
Oh, that's what I thought. This is a very cool connecting cover set.
All right, so this is very cool. This is when Ken does this stuff. It's probably one of the things I love the most. So it is Detective Comics number 20 blank variant, Swamp Thing number 14 blank variant, connecting cover set, signed and remarked with a full color Batman versus Swamp Thing sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $249.99. Tonight we have it for $119.39. And you can see if you put the two covers together, you can see Swamp Thing with his quote unquote arms around Batman's neck,
vines or whatever. Really
John,
neat.
do you mind taking those out?
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't we?
We should probably scan those together and give them.
But we'll do that some other night. But make sure I kind of get these.
It's awesome.
I can't even. I love when he does this, and it's amazing how he links it together. I mean, really. I mean, he had. I think we had. I forget what titles they were. There was a 4-cover connecting set.
He had a 4-cover connecting.
That's that Spider-Man one, right?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. I mean,
really
it's
cool.
just amazing. How he does that. It just even lining it up like that. My gosh, I can't even draw a straight line across. Okay, two books, let alone connecting covers.
Well, that's why I kind of wanted to get that out there because at $119, it's like half price. The set is like at half price, right?
So we will have that available until the end of the show. And just for those watching that haven't contributed, keep in mind even if you just throw up a hi and hey guys, whatever, onto the chat, you will automatically be entered into the drawing that we will conduct on Friday night on Robbie's show, his channel Pop Culture Philosophers. Also remind everybody that every purchase tonight will get a Witchblade card signed by Joe Jusko. All right. So that will be included with everybody's purchase, one per customer, just as a thank you. We throw these things in kind of like a thank you. And we have some people joining us a little late. Mike06, hey, buddy. Thanks for joining us. I always know Robbie's guys because they always lead off a station. So it's like an identifier. But thanks, Mike, for joining us. Thanks for joining the chat because on Robbie's show Friday night, we're gonna pick the winner of the prize that night based on the chats tonight. And at some point we've got to get a wheel or something. That would be so cool.
A giant wheel.
Big giant wheel.
Get one for the boardwalk after the season.
We may have to ship it to Robbie though. So
I'd be cool with that.
What's that?
I'd be cool with that. Y'all got my address. Just send it to me.
All right, you have enough room for the big wheel?
We'll have to go down to the boardwalk like after the season and just kind of
We might have to scale it down a little
liberate
bit.
one.
Hey, you guys selling that or what? No, not the stuffed animal. I mean the wheel.
No, the wheel. How much for the wheel?
How much for the wheel, my man?
We'll be like, the wheel's not for sale, man.
Sure it is. I got a pry bar in my truck.
So, but yeah, if you get a chance, if you haven't before, go check out Robbie's YouTube channel, Pop Culture Philosophers. Great content, great information, always entertaining. That's why we have him on the show. It's not just his expertise, but he's entertaining dude. We love talking to him. Always thank my buddy John here for coming out here. He literally does it for Dynamite Books. I mean, you can't find a bigger fan than that. I mean, literally, this is what he does it for. Okay.
Well, it's a good opportunity to kind of talk to other fans. We talked about this before, right? I used to go to cons all the time, multiple cons a year. That doesn't, cons aren't what they used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they're sort of slowly coming back. This is a great way to talk to people about different books, different, and if I can help someone get something at half price or whatever.
And shout out to Dave Cerrone, who said he was in San Diego for the con. So, hey, listen, if you're watching Wednesday, Dave, let us know. We would love to know, get an eyewitness report, so to speak.
Dave, I'll tell you right now, if you are in San Diego, you have to go and eat at Lou and Mickey's. They are my favorite place in town. Every con I've ever gone to in San Diego, we stop there and eat. It is a top shelf place. Hopefully,
all joking aside, when John gives food advice, you should take it. Okay, that's all.
There's a lot of great restaurants in San Diego, especially in like in the gas lamp. But Lou and Mickey's is sort of like a throwback to that, Rat Pack era. It's really
John has suggested restaurants and places to eat in my town. I've lived in this town for over 20 years, and he's suggested places I never even knew existed. All right, so when he tells you to go somewhere, you should go somewhere. Oh, Dave lives in San Diego.
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, I knew you were in Cali, but that's kind of a big state, bro. I didn't know you actually lived in. I didn't know you actually lived in San Diego. So there you go. Next year when you go to San Diego Comic-Con,
I was going to say, Dave, when I come to San Diego, free up a night, we're going to go to Lou and Mickey's.
And John Spilios, thank you, buddy. Thank you for the kind words. We really appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this Monday night. We will be back Wednesday from 6 to 8 with Comic
Collectables. Do we have
Collectables.
the end line with the...
already done. You were too busy talking.
Was I too busy talking?
Yeah, you were too busy talking. That never happened.
Congratulations to everybody that won.
And be sure to join Nick and John, I assume this Friday, for original art from 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern.
Well, we give away Nick's stuff for pennies on
And
the
be sure
dollar.
to join Rock and Robbie's show on Friday. I will be on there with him, and Lord only knows where the conversation could potentially go. So thank you once again, everybody. Have a great Monday night. We'll see everybody on Wednesday.
Thanks, JD. Take us out. Bye, Robbie. Bye, everybody.